If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others.
Grab your popcorn and sit back.
Jump the gun. Oh, no, give me more than that. Okay, go this way. That was dumb. We are.
How could I tell you when nobody wants to? Your fatal words I will choke.
Happy Top 5 Tuesday to everyone in the sports universe. And also happy November, because it is November the 1st, 2022. This is the AM Drive on our Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook pages. The regular co-host Aaron Crouch and Monday host Sammy Action. I am your Top 5 Tuesday spot, Michael Carbellis. And good morning to all, by the way. Our sponsors, shops, socials, and YouTube can all be found on our website at mikeandaarondrive.com. So go there and check out awesome things. Like I said, our shop. And because the Bills won on Sunday night in a beatdown over the Packers, use the code in all caps, Bills Mafia, for free shipping. That's code Bills Mafia as one word for free shipping. It expires Sunday, November the 6th, 2022, for those of you that are watching or listening this week. On today's show, of course, in the last segment, I will have the top 5 NFL and college football teams as provided by all of us. Also, Aaron has brought another NHL top 5, and I've got a top 5 NBA as well. In the second segment, we're going to be talking about the Seattle Seahawks, and really we owe them an apology. Christian McCaffrey unloaded and exposed, I'll explain. My thoughts on Sam Ehlinger's debut and the Ravens acquiring ROQUAN Smith. How big is that deal? But to start off today's show, I'm going to be talking about NASCAR history being made in what looks to come straight out of a video game. Sorry, I had to readjust the mug here so you can see it better, right? Sorry. So, I know NASCAR is a subject that many people, especially the ones that watch this show, do not give a flip about. Like, they don't care if it's on Jambalaya Wednesday or Friday Football Frenzy. They do not care about left turns. But as I've told people, NASCAR, I've said this for years, NASCAR has got one of the best marketing, enterprises out there right now. Like, you cannot describe how awesome it truly is. Not only is their safety amazing, but and innovative, but their competition has just gotten so much better. Instead of one guy going around for 500 laps in Martinsville, there's now stages, so you won't get as much lap traffic. It'll be more competitive. You get those stages. If you win a stage, you get points for the playoffs. It's really cool. They've done a fantastic job. So, with that being said, and enough of me, hyping that up, this driver named Ross Chastain, who drives the number 1 car, was on the outside looking in, because what NASCAR does nowadays, with one race remaining at Phoenix, Arizona, at Phoenix Raceway next week, then in that race, there's 40 cars, but 4 of them are competing for the championship. So whoever finishes in front takes on the championship. This, of course, eliminated the old days of Jimmy Johnson finishing up the race, finishing up the whole season with 3 races to go. So we had to watch 3 races for no reason whatsoever, because we already know who won it. And then the celebration is kind of anticlimactic. So what they've done is they broke down the playoffs into 16 drivers, and each few races, 4 more eliminated. And this past Sunday was no different. We got the final championship 4. But as I said, Ross Chastain was running like 9th or 10th place on the final lap at a track that is less than a mile long. It's less than a mile long. This man's coming up on the final turn of what could be the pretty much end of his season. He's not going to win at the championship. And I don't know. He claims he thought about this. I think he's lying. This dude, when you go around this track, by the way, everyone uses the lower part of the track, especially on the turns. You have to take the lower part. There's literally a concrete slab around the turns. I mean, the rest of the track is paved, but there's like these 2 concrete slabs so you can float the bottom. That's the quickest way, and you go like 70 or 80 miles an hour. It's just very it's a track that's slower. So Ross Chastain, needing to get to 4th place because that's where Denny Hamlin, the guy who's in front of him, is, guns his gas up the wall. Like, this is unheard of at this track. It's straight out of a video game. Guns it across, like up the wall, rides the wall, and if you watch the video, it looks like it's been edited. Like, it's absolutely insane. The announcers beside Dale Jr. did not even notice what he was doing. Like, the play-by-play guy's like, oh, there, Christopher Bell, who won the race, has raced his way into the championship 4. Meanwhile, Ross Chastain jumps from 9th to 4th in one turn. And the reason why people do not do this more often, for those of you that are wondering, look at Ross Chastain's car after the race. But at this point, all bets are off. It doesn't matter. They're going to have a new one at Phoenix Raceway next week anyways. He needed to be good in this race, so he risked his car, risked a bunch of sponsorship, and just painted the wall for a full 120 miles an hour. It's absolutely insane. It's unheard of. It's innovative. Again, I don't even think NASCAR in their wildest dreams had this planned by putting Martinsville before Phoenix. But it was an act of brilliance. It's one of the... I have seen a lot of sports things. I've seen 28-3 from the Patriots and Falcons. I have seen Ray Allen's Game 7-3, like Game 6 3-point against the Spurs as Heat fans walk out of the building. I've seen the Cubs end the curse. When I tell you how important this was to the sport of NASCAR, this is right there in iconic moments in NASCAR history. You can have a photo finish 99 times. You will never see this again. Or you might see it a million times in the future. Who knows? This was an act of absolute, total brilliance by Ross Chastain. And wow, I wish I was watching this race live. I cannot even imagine the emotions you would go through, because sports fans want to be entertained, and obviously he did just that. Alrighty. It's time to announce my XFL team affiliation for the future. Remember, I was a fan of the Tampa Bay Vipers. I even applied for media credentials, and actually I was approved. This February, the XFL is not in Tampa Bay. Or in Tampa, Florida, that is. They are in Orlando with the Guardians, who have replaced the New York Guardians. Although I do understand the New York would be a cooler name for the New York Guardians. Nothing's going on in Orlando besides the Magic. Like, let's be real. In New York, you've got 2 football teams, Giants and Jets, 2 baseball teams, the Mets and the Yankees, and 2 basketball teams, the Nets and the Knicks. Even though they're in different boroughs, who gives a snot? If you're in New York, you're going to one of those games. So I get why they moved away from New York. I would have liked to see like a Boston team or a Massachusetts team. That's the same thing, obviously. Maybe even like a Baltimore team. But this will do, for sure. So there's like 3 Texas teams. The Dallas Renegades are now the Arlington Renegades, which makes sense. The Roughnecks are back. I believe they're still in Houston. And it's so sad because P.J. Walker is like an XFL legend, and now he was just named last night or this morning the starting quarterback for the Panthers for the rest of the season. So that kind of stinks. Good for him, but I do wish he would come back. But if you've made it, you've made it. Let's be real. And of course, they've got the Vegas Vipers. They've got a team I was really thinking about was the Seattle Sea Dragons, because I am a Seattle Kraken fan. I almost went with the Orlando Guardians. Couldn't stand the name. So I thought about it. I'm here to announce. This is like crazy for me. It just doesn't happen. I'm changing the colors. The Vegas Vipers are going to be my XFL team going forward. I'm also big on emojis, and I'll be honest, seeing somebody post a dice, or a die, I guess you call it, and the snake emoji was pretty legit, I'd say. Pretty awesome stuff. I'm gonna look up the Vipers. Let's see here, because I want to see. Oh, okay, that is their thing. They put a die, they put a snake, and they put another die as the emojis. That's pretty cool. I fully recommend checking out the XFL. It was an amazing product. Like, there's a reason why this thing came back again. And I'm not talking about from the year 2000. I'm talking about because from the year 2020. Like, there's a serious reason why this thing came back in 2023 for February. So that's gonna be crazy. But the team names I retweeted. It's the Renegades, the Defenders, the Roughnecks, the Guardians, the Brahmas were a cool one. I can't even click right. I got fat fingers. The San Antonio Brahmas was a very close second. Like, I hope Vegas and San Antonio do not become a rivalry, but I would absolutely love to be a Brahmas fan as well. Like, that's a hard number 2. I went with the Vipers because it's Vegas. It's also my former Vipers allegiance. But man, that is, the Brahmas was a cool name. It's like a bull. I don't know what the heck a Brahma is, but it's like the logo's like a cool. You get it. I'm nothing but the XFL. When I come back, we're talking the NFL. We're talking about Christian McCaffrey, Sam Ehlinger, the Seattle Seahawks, and of course the Roquan Smith trade. And stay tuned for Top 5 Tuesday. It'll be in full swing in the last segment. I'll be back. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap, because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
I decided to wear this hat that I got from the Fanatics website, because baseball, Major League Baseball, of course, is in their World Series right now. The Phillies stayed hot and got game 1. Astros were able to win game 2, which means they now have control because they're back at home. Unfortunately, last night in Houston, I'll mention this. Not only did rapper Takeoff get shot and killed, and I believe there's other rumors as well, but I believe Takeoff got shot and killed, and the Astros and Phillies game 3 was rained out. So I want to first give a shout out to, if you listen to that music, I know that's a very big deal. And like this morning, leading into this afternoon, I know more details will come out, and you know how people like to investigate themselves, but rest in peace to Takeoff. And also I hope the rain doesn't ruin the World Series. Like that's not a good thing. And we are all rooting for the Astros to lose, but whatever. The point I'm making is I got this hat at the Fanatics website, and I did that by not going there first. I went here. I went to MikeandAaronDrive.com. It's right above my head for those listening to the podcast version. And then after that, I simply clicked the Fanatics logo. I clicked the F. When you do that, it is basically like giving us credits for if you make an order. So if you go on there and get your favorite apparel from every single league shop, like literally the NLL is on there too, like NBA, MLB, NHL, NFL, every single, even college stuff is all right there. NASCAR, same deal. It's all Fanatics experience, but it's also a MikeandAaronDrive.com experience. So please go there. Please check it out. We thank you for that, and support your teams while supporting us. Let's all give an apology to the Seattle Seahawks for what they did, or what they've accomplished, really. They beat the New York Giants. I was looking for my Giants hat just now. I also got that for Fanatics. It's new era, by the way, so it's not like the cheap stuff. Like, it's actual authentic gear. Anyways, MikeandAaronDrive.com. Click the F. I cannot talk. The Seahawks beat the Giants 27-13. There's a couple things to look at in this game. Daniel Jones wasn't great, but he wasn't bad either. Saquon Barkley running 20 times for 53 yards, which is basically like me running to my bedroom door and back. I'm kidding. That's not it. You get it. It's a metaphor or whatever that thing's called. The point is, Seahawks defense is still not bad. Like, Giants have been running all over people. Now, granted, this started last week when the Giants played the Jaguars, and apparently, I don't know what the Jaguars found, but apparently they found the formula for stopping Saquon this season. Because remember, for a couple of years, and even for last year on this show, I told people Saquon will run 20 times for 50 yards, but his stat line might say 20 for 100 because he broke off a 50-yarder. So now he's got 5 yards of carry. But I keep telling people, that does not matter. The 50-yard run in garbage time does not matter. Because this kind of 20 for 53 is what you're mainly getting. And so your team scores 13 points. I don't understand why this is Daniel Jones' fault. I understand why Saquon is supposedly amazing for the first 5 weeks, sure. These last 2, he has not been good again. And I don't know what happened. Like, is he back to his dancing self behind the line of scrimmage? Like, what's going on, Saquon? Do they have an injury on the offensive line that I haven't heard about? I'm just saying. But as for the Seahawks, Geno Smith appears to be an MVP candidate. And it's really sickening that if Russell Wilson was doing this, he'd be getting more consideration. But I always say preseason hype really affects careers. Because remember, Daniel Jones was called like a bona fide bust before he played a snap in the NFL. Geno Smith played with the Jets, and all of a sudden he's a lost cause. And I'm guilty of calling him, like, not saying he was great. But I did say he was good last year with the Seahawks for like the 2 or 3 spot starts he did. Yeah, he was good with them. It was like, wow, Geno looks pretty impressive. No, you're stupid. And now he's an MVP candidate. They're not going to give it to him because why would you do that? Like, of course. I'm not saying he's better than Mahomes or Josh Allen, but for what he's been given, yes, he is better than them this season. I'm a Mahomes fanatic. I am a huge Mahomes fanatic. Sponsor. Josh Allen is playing out of his mind. He looks like a video game character. But Geno Smith, in terms of value, is up there with Derrick Henry. Is up there with DeAndre Hopkins. It's up there with TJ Watt. Hello, Steelers fans. Like, those things matter. Being valuable. Not most stats on the winning team. It's like whenever Steve Kerr, or when Steve Kerr won Coach of the Year, or his player won MVP. How is that possible? It's either one or the other. I keep saying we need to rename the Most Valuable Player Award to Most Accomplished or Most Stats Award, because that's who it goes to. Valuable, Geno Smith is your MVP. I said it. And I do not take that back. And it's insane. But I'm so proud of Geno Smith because he has been dealt a bad hand with the Jets, with the Seahawks. Everybody wanted Drew Lock because we have to look at what we have. Remember that, Steelers fans? Remember that, Seahawks fans? This is what you have, and Geno is not bad. He's actually pretty good. He is my MVP so far. Kenneth Walker is not a big step down from Rashad Penny. I love Rashad Penny, but this Kenneth Walker guy is pretty good himself. DK Metcalf, of course, is still playing very well. And I think the biggest person we need to apologize to is Pete Carroll. And even myself and Aaron included, we were kind of riding off Pete Carroll into the sunset. Seahawks are going to go 3-14, whatever. This team is legitimate. They're 5-3. They're in the NFC playoff hunt. They're better than the Packers, better than the Buccaneers. This has got to be said. They beat a Giants team that was playing at a very high level. They were winning games for no reason. The worst 6-1 team of all time. They clamped them. Like, I don't know what else people want to see. The Seahawks are back. And if they go on a 5-game losing streak, so what? I said it because that's what the NFL is week to week, and that's why it's news. But I'm just saying, shout out to the Seahawks and shout out to Pete Carroll, who might still have something left in the tank. Oh. Remember when I said last week that Christian McCaffrey was supposed to be out for yet another Panthers game, but he was traded on like a Wednesday or Thursday to the 49ers, and all of a sudden, on the phone, he says, oh, no, I'm playing. So he gets some snaps. And then this week, what does he do? Becomes the 11th player in NFL history to pass for a touchdown, run for a touchdown, and catch a touchdown in the same game. It's really phenomenal how in the world we don't blame players for tanking. It's unbelievable. It's like in the NBA. Like Paul George right now is dropping like 30 a night. And we're just going to give Kawhi Leonard a pass for not even traveling with the team sometimes. Like, it's unbelievable what we do for these players who will tank. Or in Christian McCaffrey's case, it was just resting. Or, like, how do you save yourself? Like, what is it with the modern day athlete? And I know Stephen A. Smith for the NBA has reported that like teams will hold back players who can technically play. Like, what am I paying money to watch for? If you are that dude, show me. Like, yeah, fantasy stats are nice and all every now and again, but how does he magically become healthy? That's astonishing to me. And you know what I mean by healthy. Like, how does he magically want to play again? That's absolutely horrible. Like, that to me, it's not as bad, but it's up there with, like, faking depression. Hello, Calvin Ridley. Hello, Ben Simmons. How can you get away with, oh, my hammy whammy, or my big toe, or my ankle? Man, what? Or my elbow, my shoulder. Dude, come on, man. I don't understand. This dude comes from a football background, the son of Ed McCaffrey, and he's soft. But he plays football and he runs hard. I don't care. I've lost respect for Christian McCaffrey because I don't see how you're traded and automatically you pay dividends when you couldn't even stay healthy. This year, I'm telling you, the week that he was traded, he was supposed to not play. I can't stand it. Rams got smoked in the second half of that game. I said it on the show on Friday. Kyle Shanahan is the father of Sean McVay. And it's really pathetic to see because Sean McVay is a genius. But whatever. Sam Ehlinger era began in Indianapolis for the Indianapolis Colts. And the Colts did lose to the Commanders 17-16, just a brutal 44-second left. I'm telling you guys, Taylor Heineke deserves a lot of credit because that team has so much more life with him playing. Like, they really enjoy this guy's fight, and it's really cool to see. As for the Colts, I love the trick plays because Sam can run. Now teams have to gauge for that, only the Wildcat and different things. Also, I love the fact that he extended the pocket and made some nice throws. Also threw like a 50-yard bomb to Alec Pierce, which was awesome. I'm telling you, Sam Ehlinger is the real deal. And now Jim Irsay is quoted as saying, me, Chris, and Frank are on the same page. We have new energy with Sam. I'll say it again. It wasn't that Matt Ryan was bad. It was that the modern, like, look at Tom Brady with no offensive line. He's washed now. No, that's just the modern NFL requires a little bit of athleticism. I mean, you don't have any, you look like Tom Brady, you look like Matt Ryan. It's insane. Also want to get to this quickly. I'm kind of running out of time. ROQUAN Smith. Remember when he was all sad that Robert Quinn got traded? Well, how about the Ravens adding ROQUAN Smith? That's huge. I do want to know why the Bears, just because they hired a new GM and a new coach, why they're getting away with tanking now. Like, ROQUAN Smith is not old. So I would like to know why, like, he's just getting dumped. Like, it's not like he's just a replaceable guy. ROQUAN Smith leads their team in tackles, has insane, like, Luke Kuechly-like range. ROQUAN Smith, for those wondering, and myself too, is 25. I'm older than ROQUAN Smith. Yes, I do feel old. Boy, that's kind of weird. I thought he was older than that. Anyways, 25, to my point, even more. Dude has not even touched his prime yet, and they're dumping him for a second round. I'm telling you, it's incredible. If you didn't think that they wanted a new quarterback besides Justin Fields, you don't know ball. Because it's funny that the Bears get absolutely demolished by the Cowboys. Also, they dump a 25-year-old amazing linebacker for a second rounder. Yeah, they want a quarterback. That's sad. That's sad. When I come back, top 5 Tuesdays in full swing. We'll wrap it up with college football, NHL, NBA, and the NFL. Don't go anywhere. Our lists are coming right up. Our opinions matter. We'll be right back. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
If you are a podcast or running small business, it is hard spreading the word. Friends want to check it out, but chances are they might not. So grow your brand with Popple, P-O-P-L. Popple is an easy-to-use but high-tech digital business card. You get your Popple on keychain, Pops like even credit card form using the code AMDRIVE for 20% off on popl.co. The best part is people you share with, you don't even need a Popple or the Popple app. Get your Popple and again keychain, Popple even credit card form at MikeandAaronDrive.com or go to popl.co. The key here is AM Drive gets you 20% off. Oh, wow, that was fun. College football top 5 and really everything top 5 here presented by Popo. According to Shimmy Action, the Action Monday co-host, Georgia remains number 1. Number 2 is Michigan. Number 3 is Ohio State. Number 4 is Tennessee. And number 5 is Clemson. I once again give credit to Sammy for not having Alabama in there. Aaron's top 5 college football teams are Ohio State at number 1, Georgia at number 2, Michigan at 3, Tennessee at 4, and Bama at number 5. Number 1 for me, Georgia. Number 2 is Tennessee. Number 3, Ohio State. Number 4, Clemson. And I do have Alabama at number 5. Top 5 NHL teams brought to you by Aaron, who provided his. The Golden Knights are now number 1. Biased, no I'm kidding. Number 2, the Boston Bruins. Number 3, the Dallas Stars. Number 4, hey, they're back, the Colorado Avalanche. And number 5, the Carolina Hurricanes. I still want to know why Hurricanes are not offended or people who are victims of hurricanes. Like, we will literally change the Redskins, oops, and not change things like Hurricane. I don't know. I don't, that's weird to me. Like, the New York Yankees is offensive to me as a white man. That's a lie, but you understand my drift. Top 5 NBA teams with me, and this is like my second installment. Number 1, the Phoenix Suns. Number 2, the Milwaukee Bucks. Number 3, the Dallas Mavericks. Number 4, the 5-1 Trailblazers. And number 4 of the Blazers. Number 5 are Spida and the Donovan Mitchell. Of course, Donovan Mitchell is Spida and the Cavaliers. And by the way, in case you Jazz fans are wondering, Jazz are up to number 9. They were number 20 last week, so it's not like they didn't jump. They just didn't jump enough. Top 5 NFL teams provided by CME Action are as follows. The Bills at number 1. The Chiefs at number 2. Eagles at 3. Vikings at 4. And the Cowboys at number 5. Aaron's top 5 National Football League teams are as follows. Bills at 1. Chiefs at 2. Eagles at 3. Vikings 4. And Cowboys at 5. And finally, a drum roll for your boys' top 5 NFL teams. It is Chiefs 1. Bills 2. Number 3 are the Eagles. Number 4 are the Cowboys. And number 5 are the Ravens. And for the 49ers and Dolphins fans, your teams are 6 and 7. Vikings are at 8. For those of you that want to crucify me, I don't care. Mike said it first. Hey, it's been a fun little AM drive here today. I've got to end it now because I am out of time. I started a little bit late when I recorded this, like an hour before you guys watch it. So I do apologize for that. But tomorrow is Jambalaya Wednesday. Aaron Crouch should be back, and if he's not, I will deal with him accordingly. That's a lie. But do enjoy yourselves. I'm sure we're going to talk some NFL. I'm sure we'll react to the World Series game that's being played tonight. And more. And again, shout out to Takeoff and whatever his real name is and other people involved in the shooting in Houston last night. Well, the scuffle that led to a shootout or whatever. It's not really a shooting, but you get it. Life is hard. Thanks so much for watching Top 5 Tuesday on the AM Drive. Go to MikeAaronDrive.com to check our sponsors. I can never say that. MikeAaronDrive.com. That sounds better. I'm done talking. Drive safe. See you guys tomorrow.